was like, yeah. And then I realized.
I did the same thing. I went to the Garden of the Gods and I'm like...
I was told that we'll have to find our own way back.
Oh, well, find our own way back.
So we'll have to...
This is not it.
This is the office.
Yeah, this is United States.
Everybody wave. Wave as you're going up the stairs.
I stood here quite a long time.
Just right now, snow from snowboarding.
Well, that's pretty
So this is
inexpensive, I wouldn't say. We'd get a cylinder and bubble. It's a pretty expensive hobby.
Her very first speech after she won the Olympics. Right after the Olympics.
Thanks.
It was her first time she ever spoke. And her parents said, I don't think... Pablo Morales used to work out with... Who's this?
Sports science side of things here at swimming, at USA Swimming, and it's called ICAR, the International Center for Aquatic Research, and we are sort of on the. Their building through this window here was built in about '89, and then just in 1997, the building that you just came into was we finished our headquarters, and so we've been in there for a little over, almost coming up on 2 years this March, into this new building that you see. And so now what we've done, we used to be, right when you drove in here, that's where our building used to be, and now we've sort of married. ICAR was always part of USA Swimming, but we were in two separate buildings. Now we're in the same building, which is great. The big, the gold medal, or I shouldn't say the gold medal, but I would think the thing that most people know about for the ICAR is what's called the flume, and it's a swimming flume. And basically you would swim against the current in water. I'm sorry, I'm giving you a tour as well.
No problem.
You would swim in a contained area. It's about maybe 3 yards wide. We'll go up and see it, but it's a couple of yards wide, maybe 5 yards long. And you could put two people in there, but generally just put one person in there. And you're swimming against the current that is flowing against you. The current is controlled from this panel right here, and they can go up to about 3 meters per second, which is faster than world record pace for a male for the 50 freestyle. And they also, the chamber where the flume is contained also can, we're at 6,000 feet right now above sea level, but you can also pump in oxygen and raise or lower or simulate, I guess, going down to sea level. They can't go higher, but they can go lower by pumping in oxygen. So the person who would be in this would control the flume, would be sitting here on the telephone or with a headset on and be talking to the people up into the flume, saying, control the speed. We're going 130 pace or 125 pace or whatever that might be. And so the flume in the last few years has gotten a lot of criticism because we don't, in a real race situation, you don't swim against the current going against you. It was originally built because people would be able to keep you in place and be able to photograph you and take pictures of you swimming in one place without having to move and do flip turns. And every time you did a flip turn, if you had a camera that was focusing on you, you'd have a lot of problems there with trying to keep the camera in place. So the flume itself, over the last few years, and I know that Doc Councilman was one person that was very much against it because flowing water against you, if you're a competitive swimmer, you never deal with that situation. If you're swimming in a river, you have that situation. So we don't use it as much as you can tell. You can't tell right now, but when we go up there, it's completely empty right now. They're doing some work up there on some of the filtration systems, and about 2 years ago they had a they completely redid the painting of it, and because it had rusted out. It's in a very small area, as you'll see. Blood work. The ICAR people that for our athletes in here who draw blood periodically, and also upstairs we have a dry lab basically with Cybex machines and things like that, and then also a computerized I'm sorry that I'm dragging on here for too long.
No, that's fine.
They have a computerized room with about 10 different computer terminals in there where they actually digitize strokes, where they'll take pictures of your stroke from 2 or 3 or 4 different angles, and then they'll take that and they'll actually give you stick figures off of, if you're swimming here and your pull pattern goes in a S shape or however it's going to go, and they actually you'll be able to get a little computerized drawing of what your stroke looks like, and what they do is they compare that to maybe against Matt Biondi or Janet Evans or some of the top swimmers that are the greats in USA swimming, and then you can see a comparison of where my stroke is efficient, where my stroke is inefficient. So it's pretty interesting. So there's a video here, but I don't actually.
I think you just
We can
explained
move on.
everything that's on the video.
I just did. I'm sorry. We had. Oh, don't turn that off for the interesting story. You don't need that.
My daughter wants to hear this.
Oh, this is a funny story. We had this was supposed to be our fabric wall. We had called Speedo, and Kirk Crumpholtz and Stu Isaac from Speedo, if any of you know them, had generously donated. We're going to donate fabric, either Lycra or nylon or the aqua, whatever they're. I don't know. Aqua Blade, all different materials that they come up with for their suits. And they were going to have, this wall was going to be completely Speedo fabric. Well, I shouldn't say this because our board of directors is in this weekend, but our board of directors got wind of it and didn't like the idea, because what happens if Speedo at some point was not our sponsor? We'd have to take the wall down. So, of course, I was the lucky soul that had to call Speedo and say, sorry, thank you for the donation, but we can't do it. So, little bubbles there.
And they're all Speedo goggles.
Right, all Speedo goggles. You can see the water level's about halfway. That's because there's a leak and they don't know where it's coming out. So. This used to be the ICAR director's office right here, and so everything from this building west is new, and everything here east is old, or maybe 10 years old or so. And we have our athletes of the year up here. The 1997 athlete is. Where's our 1997 athlete? Chad Carver. He's not up yet. Our 1998 athlete of the year is here, Jenny Thompson again. So some old shots there. And some of the other awards that we have or posters that we've accumulated over the years. So.
Go ahead, I can edit.
This room is the room that we're looking into before. Because of some OSHA standards, I'm sorry. On one of the screens, it would be very neat, but.
Neat. I think the fabric wall would have been cool because, people could say, oh, I wore that suit, I wore that suit.
Watch your head, watch your head, watch your head.
Cute little fish down there.
They just painted those. Okay, are there more people coming? Yeah. As you can, is that it? The last one? The engine for this is right behind the screen. Those of you that can't see the screen, you might want to look around. And if the screen is not up and you put a swimmer in here, it's too fast, you'll lose the swimmer. I mean, literally lose the swimmer. Because the engine, the rotors are behind the screen here. Athletes will hop in, occasionally they'll wear a mask that will measure expired oxygen, for a VO2 max test. You've heard of that before. I don't know if it's science here or not. And what else can I tell you about the cameras? We have a camera here at this disc, one in this window here. But they put one in the water down here, so you have 3 different places they can photograph or video you from. And the big black tube up top is where they pump oxygen in. Pretty interesting. I've actually never been in here when they pump oxygen in. It's very, I'd like to know whether you have anything we need to do with it. So that's it. It's free. realize what a huge structure this is. The pool is this big, but the whole thing is constant. As we walk back down, is it's just it's modeled 40 feet off the ground.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's good.
Y'all just stand right there for just a second.
With 35 countries, not all of them showed. We had, Bangladesh and Mongolia didn't show at the last second. A few others were like that, but they went well. We tried to do a little hoopla around it, and the coaches went nuts. So we didn't do as much hoopla as we wanted.
I wouldn't sympathize with that.
Yeah. So the training center here actually has expanded a lot in the last 5-6 years or so. There used to be it's an old Air Force base, and it was called Ent Air Force Base, and they moved Ent out to Peterson Air Force Base. There was a lot of administrative buildings here, and so in I guess it was '93 they built the first of the expansion. They built these two buildings here, the swim pool here, and also there's some cycling offices back here and cycling repair shops. And then on the other side, the second building looks like one big building here, but it's not. This other building, which is weight room and competitive weightlifting rooms and wrestling rooms and gymnasiums upstairs. So that was the first expansion in '93. And so the pools, we're going to go in here to building 6. The pool is about 5 years old. Actually, let's go up the stairs first. That way we can see it. And because we can't always get in the door. We use this building, USOC owns it. So I don't have access on key card access. This is the Olympic Training Center pool. It's 10 lanes. It's 25 meters wide, 50 meters long, actually 52 meters long. There are 2 bulkheads in here. Each bulkhead is 1 meter, so it's 50 meters total. There's a catwalk, which is often used by coaches to come down and look and see a stroke, things like that. As you can see, behind each lane down there at the other end of the pool, there's a clock which they can, the Colorado timing system, they can have different workouts for each lane and program everything in. Actually, John T. Skinner, who's the head coach, who is sitting on the left side of the pool over here, just looking around right now, at the other end of the pool. John T. will schedule workouts for each lane, very, very scientific in the way he operates. And so the rest is already programmed in. And so if they're going to do 10 times 1 lap, 10 times 50 meters, on 50 seconds, well, then it'll recycle the clock will recycle every 50 seconds. And then if they're going to have a 1 minute rest, well, that rest will be built right into the clock. And so everything's very structured and organized as far as the workouts are concerned. The yellow track that you see on the side of the yellow sticks coming up, there is a camera that is embedded in the wall. Actually, we call it the track camera. And that's one of the reasons why the flume has gotten a little obsolete, because that camera is operated manually from one of the rooms under lane 7, and 8, under the scoreboard under 7 and 8 down there. And they can actually track that camera along and watch you swim a 200-meter race or a 500-yard race or a 400-meter race, whatever the length of the race is. They can actually watch you swim that entire distance. And they'll follow you into the turns and watch you come off the turns. And in addition to that camera, there are also 3 other cameras underwater, and there are 5 or maybe 6 cameras above water that are just stationed around. And if there's the room back there underneath the scoreboard of 7 and 8 is like a TV studio. I mean, you're in there, they've got, it's like you look at the bank of video screens they have, it's amazing. We'll try to get in there. I'm not sure if the door is locked, we may have to ring the bell. So, what else can I tell you about?
Who's working out right now?
This is the resident team.
And who's on there? Who would we? Can you name some names?
Let's see. I'm looking right here. This is Taylor Bendel. Here is in lane 7. She's from the University of Michigan. Just joined the resident team. I think this is Jared here. This is Jared Schrader here in lane 5, right in front of us. Just pushed off the wall. Dan Phillips is in lane 6 here. The big name resident team athletes were here from 94 to 96. Summer Sanders and Trip Schwank and John Olson and Nicole Hazlett, a lot of names, Amy Van Dyken that you might know. And the resident team now is a little bit smaller group. And
It'll be much bigger by fall.
well, that's always a big question right now, so we don't know.
Some people don't like training in altitude.
Well, that's one thing.
And
They
they
live
wanna-
a rather Spartan life here. I mean, they get paid a couple $100s a month, and they get all room and board paid for. But they basically they train. You know, that's what their job is, and that's what most of our elite athletes' jobs are. They are athletes. This might be Bill Pilzik. Yeah, this is the guy lane 3 is Bill Pilzik. He's the world champion in the 50 freestyle. Just beat Alexander Popov for the first time. First time that Popov has been beaten in January. First time that Popov has been beaten in probably 7 or 8 years. And so he's in lane 3, swimming that way right now.
And who's the girl in lane 1?
That's Barbara Bedford, actually. She's a name that some of you
Yeah.
might know. She won 2 national titles this summer in the 100 backstroke and the 50 freestyle.
Lane 2?
Lane 1. And lane 2, I think, is Ashley Mosier. Ashley was just graduated from Northwestern, and I don't know where she's from originally. But she's joined us not too long ago.
And they each get their own lane, huh?
Well, the group is small enough that each of them get their own lane. We get to swim at lunch from 11 till 2, and so normally we get our own lane too, which is kind of nice. Doesn't, yeah. What else can I tell you about it? I don't think. Far corner there's a hot tub that can fit at least. I've seen 35 people in there, but comfortably it fits about 10 or 12. Maybe a few more than that. But one camp we had about 93 or 94, the entire national team got in there that was here that weekend, and there must have been 43 or 4 people in there. So it was a pretty interesting site. We'll walk around to the other side, see the other building here. You have another question?
No.
Everyone's just kind of standing around. We'll look over here. There are about 8 or 9 resident team. Our athletes, they have the option of even going for free, but if they want, they can just stand in the park. But one of the new teams here are the USA men's and women's volleyball teams. They moved from San Diego. Most of the athletes did not want to move. That was a big deal. If you read the sign here, you'll all get a nice laugh out of that as well.
Don't feed the bears.
Basically. I'll tell you, one night we had the national team up here, and this was in 94, and they were playing game. There was a huge tour, it was in the summer, and there was a huge tour coming around. Like in the summer, the tours are 50 to 100 people sometimes. They're monstrous. And so the national team was in here, and the curtain was closed off, and it was just the national swimming team in here. And they were playing goofy team building type games, lining up.
Like Ron does.
Ron does with us. They all put, they all take the
There's
goggles.
handhelds.
Goggles. Take cotton balls, put them in your goggles, so it's a swimming way to be blindfolded. And they had to line up from tallest to shortest, alphabetically. I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
Yeah, good one though.
It's not bad.
That's really good.
But they lined up
comes
tallest to
the
shortest,
projectile
and then they also
Yeah. I didn't
they
do
all
a
made
thing.
animal names. So we had the whole tour out here. We were sitting there laughing because all these athletes they couldn't see what was going on, and these people out here were hysterically laughing at them because they were running around, making animal noises. It was kind of cool. So, yeah,
They
most
are-
of these women, I'm 6'2", and then when they stand next to me, I have to look up. So most of them are pretty darn tall. Again, these 2 buildings were built in 93. In 97, we underwent 4 new buildings went up. Our building, this new dining hall and athlete dormitory, and a sports medicine building, as well as the visitor center, which is the south part. If you saw that as you came in. And there's sometimes a flame was the flame lit? No. You can see the Olympic flame from here, but it's lit probably, maybe 10% of the time each year. You can see it in the distance.
Oh yeah.
My wife works for utilities in town, and they made a request to. She told me they made a request to have all the gas for free. The OCC wanted all the gas for free. It was like a $45,000 charge for it throughout the years. And the utilities said, "No way." So now they just light it on special occasions when if Athletes that live here permanently. There are, just north of this building, there are 3 barrack-type dorms that if you're here for a camp for 4 or 5 days or for a week or for a couple days, then you stay in those. But these are really nice. There's basically a bedroom with a sort of a living area in between, and they're pretty well furnished and very nice. The athletes are
You get free haircuts.
well, you can walk down that direction. You get free haircuts here. If you
Maybe
stay
better.
here, no matter
Your camp.
if you're here for a camp or as an athlete or a coach or a board member, if they're staying here, you get a little card and you get to go down to. There's a Supercuts on their campus here and the complex. So get your haircut. The staff members pay $5, which is still a pretty good deal. So I'm losing mine.
You getting ripped off.
Let's see. What else can I tell you here? I guess there's a lot to that. But staff members can eat here for $5 a day, or $5 a meal, excuse me, and it's a pretty good deal.
Describe the scientists behind the nutrition of the athletes. How
Actually-
carefully measured it
Oh,
is.
they're extremely carefully measured. If you walk up to online, there's a page that they have as you get online for all the entrees and all the meals that they are serving that day. That will give you fat content, carbohydrate content, protein content, how many calories it is. And so for those old athletes and just people gaining weight, you walk up there and you go, oh my God, I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat that. So there's a lot of a lot
And the
of
teaspoons are measured. The spoons and everything you use are measured. You said.
No, I don't.
It's like I said to me, like, did you bring a picture?
Really?
Yeah.
Everything's
It's all,
measured?
everything has a certain way of measuring, yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that. But I mean, there's tons of good. I mean, most of these athletes are eating as much as they possibly can. Very few athletes. There aren't many athletes. I mean, obviously, if you're a wrestler or a boxer, you're going to watch what you eat very carefully. But the swimmers, when they go in there and eat, they eat. They can eat mountains and mountains of food, just metabolize it so. So
Good old days.
we're on the complex now. You have to be in strategic spots in order to see it. So we'll walk this way.
Someone hold on.
Xerox sponsored thing. There are the 100 Golden Olympians. They did this around the 96 lead up to the Atlanta Games. And there are, I think, 10 or 11 swimmers on here, which is pretty good. I mean, if you think of 100, I just saw Mary T on here. Don DeVerona's on here. Janet's on there. Mark Spence is on there. Pablo Morales is on there. And this is one of my all-time favorite stories, everyone else. That was the year I was born, but I got a chance to meet him this year in October. Goosebumps. Biondi, Shirley Babashoff. So there's a lot of.
That was fun.
We miss anybody? Debbie Meyer, sure. Don Schollater at the bottom here. Down here. I think that might be it.
These are individual gold medals, right? Not relay.
Yes.
Tracy Calkins.
Tracy Calkins, John Neighbors over here. I just saw John there. So it's a pretty, amazing group. This hallway here is, or this lobby is new, but the inside of this building is old, but it attaches to the sports medicine. But when they did the expansion in 1997, they put up all of these figurines, silhouettes, whatever you call them, for all the different sports, and there is none for swimming. And we've let them know about it all the time because they say, "Well, there's a pool here. They can watch people, really swim." I said, "Well, no, there's no. It's your number one Olympic sport medal-wise. They want more medals than any other sport."
They could-
96 Olympic Games, and there's no figurine.
They could at least get a diver off the blocks or something.
No, they did a diver off the. Right. They also said it was impossible to simulate a swimmer. I said, well, you could have a swimmer going off the blocks. Exactly. The diver's up there on the platform up top.
Yeah. They could
It's
have
kind of funny. I should have pointed this out when we were up there, but on one side there's someone throwing a discus, and the discus thrower is right near the entrance of the sports center on the right hand side. Then if you look into the wall of the back of this building here, there are actually discus that they're lodged into the side of the building, saying that they have thrown them, and so pretty interesting. This is the shooting building right here. There's about 3 or 4 different shooting galleries, I guess you call them, or ranges that are in there. This is our old dining hall, which is now been converted into a meeting. Sports science, sports medicine. Sort of keeps trying to get Mr. Strucci on board this line.
table tennis.
There's tons of stuff to buy. Sort of a little walk of fame inside. When you first walk straight in,
We don't do enough with advertisements, by the way. We could probably load that brochure.
Where are you? You going on a tour? Yes. Okay, just, is that it? Oh, gosh,
Well, they're cutting.
Who?
No, Donna did she's really long down when you start.
This is a plus.
That's, they could do a cut, but we could do a welcome reception.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can.
This is small. You must go around the corner a little bit more.
Maybe Grand Ballroom, I'd say we're the biggest part of it. Now, see, there's a registration desk.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's, see. But they had the space. When I originally talked to them, they said, oh, yeah, we can.
uh-huh. Well, it'll keep everybody together. There'll be a lot more mingling.
Yeah.
Workshops.
And ballroom. Oh, so there's something on the back side of this somehow.
I see.
Is there a hallway down there? See, we're standing, we're looking at this. Right, well, let's see.
Are you sure? Oh, okay.
Where is?
We just came through.
Oh, we are here, right there. Yeah, how do you get to these? Is there a hallway maybe there in the ballrooms? See, those would accommodate for workshops in the evening. Because those are, I bet theater style would be fun.
Yeah, I guess maybe I might be
able to.
Send this video to Karen.
I might be able to.
There's the Summit Ballroom, and then there's the outdoor pool right there, but we think it's probably closed by then. Children's play area. It looks like they've got something for kids.
Yeah.
I don't think the other hotel has anything for kids.
No. What if I could? See, I don't think I can get. Let's get ones that overlook the pool.
Oh, goodness. This is really nice.
Yeah. You can down there. Yeah.
You can see that the pool session's going.
Oh, I see they got a jacuzzi over there.
This is your peak performers in here. Oh, good.
In Wednesday's sessions.
Yeah.
So, or those other rooms, depending on the number that
And
we
this
have.
is a nice meeting area right here. Seems like a...
Circle drive right here. Turn left when you get on Circle Drive. Go up around the curve. Hancock Expressway. Right there. It's an off-ramp.
But then it is winter, so maybe... But there's hardly any trees or landscaping. I mean, look at
Well,
it.
these trees would.
I mean, Best Westerns kind of look better. There's Jim Hazen's golf right there.
Because you were talking about breakout rooms.
Yeah.
Then we have some breakout rooms I can show you right down here.
Okay. And this is,
Storage rooms.
storage room.
For audio visual and everything. And then down here, if we open up just one of the doors. Sure can. This is one of the larger of the ones down here. And then we'll show you one of the smaller ones.
Well, this is good. This is good because I mean I can. Boardroom. Yeah.
Would you like me to show them some of the rooms on the third floor or the second floor?
Oh, we saw
This
one
is
on
a
the
good
third.
storage room.
So I guess the summit room is the only other thing that we.
Probably the next
Have
one.
they seen the snow brush?
No. I think what they want to do is...
Very nice. Is this the right size?
Oh, sure.
But our thing will be at night.
Well, let me see here. 1, 2. Am I standing in the middle? No.
That's about the middle.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 10 is 120, and 120 there is 240. We have only 200, so yeah. The month, so that's yeah.
And then you could have your cocktails outside in that space out there right at the
Yeah,
top.
the foyer up front. Yep, yep. Well, I know in the printed material I saw. You see the fireplace in the corner? Dave?
Isn't that funny? A little fireplace. It's Colorado. It's got to have a fireplace.
Say, for instance, they can set bars up right inside. Okay, we got
Yeah,
mobile
so
bars
you can go down-
Uh-huh.
that they'll be able to set up. So it doesn't necessarily have to be here.
You just here to the sides of these panels.
I
They'll
see.
set them up wherever you like, but normally this is where they'll set up
Okay.
along these areas.
Around the fireplace.
And depending on how many people.
A good variety of sizes and shapes and possible.
I'm only the assistant. It's fine.
Yeah.
3 people can get in here. You know, for sometimes it's 3 people.
Yeah,
Sometimes
the chair.
Well, we do have
It's better
rollways
they
and
do
things
the
like that.
doubles. You know, that's right.
This is the king size.
Oh, this is nice.
Villa. Oh, wow. Wow. I'll bring my snorkel.
You can have one of the pool sessions up here.
I think you guys, the ski villa, I think, came before the tennis villa, I'm sure. But, used to manage a tennis at some club, we had 40 condominiums that were the cutaway. Just like this, but popularly known as tennis, but sure they guys. Ski is alive and well, much better than tennis.
Fitness in the morning?
But not hardware, right? 3.6. You want 4 feet, don't you? Water fitness?
I don't ever
So
do
you
water
can-
fitness. I hate water
Well,
fitness.
we'll just say, oh, well.
This is very nice.
Just say, wear your t-shirt and Yeah, of course you have the threat of rain, but
Let me tell you, this is real Colorado, Steve. You know, people coming to this conference to see Colorado,
yeah,
this would be impressive.
oh, there it is right here. Here's an interesting entrance that you would like.
Hi, how are you?
We're just crawling around a little bit. Tony Joseph at Sales up at the
Yes.
main thing. I meet with him tomorrow. He said, "Guys, that's about it." I guess, nope, we went just to look at the indoor pool. That's it right there.
Yeah, that's it. It's right down there.
Oh, yeah, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is where we have our,
Where we have our meeting. We have a grand banquet in that place where we're last night.
Steve, let's work this out. Come on.
Yeah.
Steve, this is the Olympic Training Center conference, you know?
Yeah. It's framed.
Uh-huh.
So that
I need
that's
something.
the material Marla has, I think. But so you don't have to mess with the blowout thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's just stretched over this. Party or cookout?
Yeah.
I mean, our reception. Whew. I have to make sure I call whoever's here, wherever we have this. Well, there's guess what? If it is, I'll have to tell John Smith. I'll better take a picture of this and send it to him. So whenever I see his stuff set up someplace,
Oh, I see. You do that.
I'll send him a picture. The jacuzzi.
This is
the hotel's pool.
let the dreams begin, you know? You walk into this place.
Economy lodge.
The Cheyenne Mountain Economy
Every
Lodge.
room has a view.
Oh. You're right, all those rooms have this view. All those rooms
Yeah.
facing the mountain.
Right.
Okay, so Jim Thiering and Jim Hazen, you have to guarantee us that you will attend and bring your entire staff so we can afford to use this place. Larry Miller. Who else is a golfer around here?
Tyler Brewer. No question.